There's something profoundly painful about giving your all and hearing silence. No applause, no recognition. No standing ovation, just silence. You pour your soul into your art, your voice, your work, your idea, and instead of a roaring crowd, you're met with empty seats, unread posts, zero feedback, and days that blur into nights without a single well done. But let me tell you something that could change the way you see your entire journey. Even when no one claps, keep showing up. Because applause isn't proof of worth. Because silence isn't the absence of impact. Because showing up again and again is how transformation is born. The loneliness of creation. There is a quiet type of courage that lives inside every creator. A voice that whispers, "Try again," even when everything in you wants to quit. If you're a writer, a speaker, a painter, a business owner, a student, a mother, a fighter, whatever form your gift takes, there will be days when your work feels invisible. Days when you wonder, does any of this matter? And the world, in all its noise and distraction, won't always give you an answer. Your posts might get ignored. Your music might fall on deaf ears. Your business might sit unnoticed in a saturated market. Your art might be dismissed. Your efforts might be undervalued. But that is not the measure of your worth. Listen closely. Your value doesn't rise and fall with attention. Your power doesn't begin where applause starts. You are powerful because you create anyway. You are powerful because you show up anyway. You are powerful because, in a world addicted to results, you remain loyal to your process. The power of the hidden season. Every tree has a season where nothing blooms, not a single flower, not a single fruit. And yet, beneath the surface, roots are growing, deepening, expanding, preparing. You might be in that season right now, the hidden one, the quiet one, the uncelebrated one. But don't you dare mistake that silence for failure. Don't mistake obscurity for insignificance. Some of your most powerful growth will happen in secret. No cameras, no validation, no stage, just you showing up for yourself in the dark when no one is watching. And if you can do that, if you can stay faithful to your gift, your craft, your calling, even when the world isn't cheering, then the day will come when that hidden season produces a harvest far beyond anything you imagined. Who are you without the applause? There's a sacred question every dreamer must ask themselves. Who am I when no one notices? Because the truth is, attention is addictive. Applause can become a drug. And if you're not careful, you will only show up when it pays off in recognition, not in alignment with your purpose. But you're different. You're not here for just the claps. You're here because there's something inside you that needs to be expressed. A truth that needs to be spoken. A melody that needs to be sung. A story that needs to be told. A light that needs to shine, even if it only lights one heart at a time. Your calling didn't begin with applause, so don't let the absence of it make you stop. Show up for the one. Here's a truth that might humble you. Sometimes your work isn't meant to reach millions. Sometimes it's meant to reach one. That blog post you wrote, that video you filmed, that conversation you had, that song you sang, maybe it reached one person who was on the edge of giving up. One person who needed to know they weren't alone. One person who needed a reason to believe again. That one person matters. You may never know their name. They may never message you, but they will carry your light and pass it forward. So yes, keep showing up, even if your audience is small, even if it's just you. Because if you can impact one, you can impact many, but it always starts with one. the artist versus the outcome. We live in a results-obsessed world. How many likes did it get? What's the ROI? Is it viral yet? How many followers? But true artists, true creators, they know better. They know the sacredness of effort over outcome. They understand that success is showing up with integrity, not impressing with vanity. So create even when it's inconvenient. Write even when no one's reading. Sing even when your voice shakes. Build even when the market is cold. Serve even when it goes unseen. Because those who persist without applause are the ones who end up leading the orchestra. Keep the promise. Let's get personal. There was a version of you that once dreamed of this. They believed. They were innocent. They were passionate. They were willing to risk. Don't abandon them now, even when you're tired, even when no one's responding. Even when the finish line feels like a cruel mirage. Keep the promise you made to yourself. Keep the fire alive. Keep writing. Keep building. Keep creating. Keep healing. You owe it to that younger version of you, and to the future version who is waiting to step into their power. Redefine success. What if success wasn't about fame? What if it wasn't about numbers, reach, or trending charts? What if success was this? You woke up and chose to try again. You picked up the pen, the brush, the camera, the mic again. You acted in alignment with your calling. You didn't let discouragement define your destiny. That is success. That is power. That is the mark of someone unstoppable. And make no mistake, people like that, they don't stay invisible for long. The world eventually takes notice. But by then, you won't be doing it for the claps. You'll be doing it because it's who you are. When the applause finally comes. And yes, the applause will come. Not overnight. Not when you expect it. But it will arrive slowly and then suddenly. Because authenticity always finds an audience. Because light always finds its way through the cracks. And when it does, you'll know you didn't cheat your growth. You didn't compromise your soul. You didn't give up when it would have been easy. You showed up again and again when no one clapped. And that is the kind of legacy that echoes. The quiet legacy. If you remember nothing else, remember this. The world needs more people who show up without applause. Who keep building when no one sees. Who keep believing when everyone doubts. Who stay faithful when everything seems futile. Because those are the people who create real change. Not just for themselves, but for everyone watching quietly, waiting for someone to go first. You're that someone. So the next time you post, write, create, share, speak, build, and the world responds with silence, smile and show up again. Because even when no one claps, you're still changing the world. This channel isn't just about words. It's about healing. It's about choosing yourself one moment, one boundary, one breath at a time.